In Austin, I saw, pause, my eyes crawl to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise tights, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and rolls of life. Love deprived, look at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal shaded lids, motives reflected. Off the mirrors and pit, quick, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving and grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near, stay there. Remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you conceive.
Boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and it is Monday. What is Monday? The 21st of July. I can't believe the summer is almost over. School will be starting back in a few weeks. It's just crazy how time is, it's just flying by. And, football is going to be here. It seems like it just ended. Of course, it didn't end. It ended back in, January, February. Of course, a great NBA season. Now the WNBA. We're about finished with, we are finished, I believe, with all the majors and golf, and which will go to our question of the day and all that. So, but let's start out today with the WNBA. Team Clark, it was the WNBA weekend, this past weekend All-Star game. And, it just cracks me up, some of these girls and how they just hate on Caitlin Clark. And one particular girl, and she's just messy anyway to me. But it's just, I just don't understand. I mean, you girls, or you ladies, when we had this, I've talked about this before Caitlin Clark, you were griping about how you had to fly commercial and how tired you were and all of this stuff. And with a half a year of this lady coming to join your league, you were flying private. And now you all are sitting there griping about her. And I'm like, I don't like her, whatever. And I'm sorry that none of you drove the needle. None of you made places sell out to where now, you can go to TD Gardens and watch a WNBA game where you couldn't before. We went to watch Caitlin against the Wings, and it was, all these people. I'm sorry. I don't get you all. And women are way more petty than men. They just are. And it is what it is. I have 6 sisters, so I'm not saying this just to be rude or trying to say something, but women are petty. And I'm sorry that none of you drove the needle. I'm sorry that none of you made it to where no matter how great you were, and you go back Cheryl Swoops, you can go back, there's been some great WNBA players. The Houston Comets, who won several league titles, aren't even a team anymore. Now you're adding teams, and you had to drop teams. And why? Because of one person, Caitlin Clark. Now, Angel Reese, are you coming in? Yeah, because of your feud and because of what you've done with Angel, with Caitlin. Yeah, granted. But if you think, if I'm gonna say this right now, and I'm gonna bring all this to all you women. If Caitlin Clark goes away, and you all are best, just y'all, if you think you're going to get more than what you have right now, that's not gonna happen. Your ratings are going to go in the toilet. Everything's going to go back to where it was pre-her. And you look at the people who have made the difference. Tiger Woods in golf. You look at Michael Jordan, like I tell people. You all aren't old enough to remember the NBA was on tape delay. The NBA Finals. Excuse me. The NBA Finals were on tape delay until Magic and Bird. Tape delay. You didn't get a chance to see it live. They brought it there. Then you had Michael Jordan take it to another level, and it is what it is today. So when you sit there and you look at what happens when you get one person that comes in and changes the dynamic of what your league is doing, it makes a difference. And I'm sorry that you guys are mad because she's not in your clique or she's not like y'all or whatever. She's too Midwest. I'm sorry. But you guys need to stop it. And y'all getting your little chatty deals and you getting your little attitudes and all that. Y'all need to stop it. But if you think the same thing didn't go on with golf with Tiger, it sure as hell did. But the difference was he was busting all their asses and they didn't like it. And I'm going to say it right now because he was black. They didn't like it. But he was great and they couldn't do anything about it. You look at Michael Jordan, he came in, league was different than it was back then. They beat the hell out of him, and what they finally say, okay, we have the cash cow here, we're going to have to stop all this nonsense. We got to keep the revenues generated. We got to keep the money coming in because people are coming to watch him. Yes, there was other great players and all that, but they were coming to watch him. Caitlin Clark is the exact same thing. You guys forget you were just griping about not having private flights and how you were griping about that, but you were losing money. You're talking about you want to pay us what you owe us. Well, you owe the NBA $400 million. Now, is the NBA going to gripe about it? No, they're not because they've got tons of money and it's fine. And yes, you are starting to bring up revenue. You are starting to do TV. You are starting to, shoes. Well, one person is. But it's generated off one person. And you guys are I don't get it. Without her, trust me, if she gets a knee injury or surgery, or anything happens before y'all sign this contract, you think everything's going to go right in the toilet. Now, you have to hit while the iron is hot, 100%. I was talking to my guy, one of my best friends, and we were talking about Sinclair Broadcasting and stuff and how they're talking about the women's and the men's World Cup and all that stuff, and I was disagreeing with him. I'm like, well, the men are going to generate what they're going to generate. But what he's saying is they had to bring down what the men were making to what the women were making because they couldn't bring the women up to what the men were making as far as TV contracts were concerned. And I'm like, well, there are more and more Americans do watch Women's World Cup because the USA ain't winning. But if the USA team wasn't winning, they wouldn't be watching. And is there more interest in generating in soccer? Yes, there is. But more people watch the men than they watch the women. And in America, we do watch some of the men. I know I do. I enjoy the Men's World Cup. But I do watch the women play. I do like USA versus Germany. I like the USA when we got beat by Japan. I'm still mad at the coach for costing us that, but that's something different. But I do watch us against Germany. I do watch us against Brazil. But it's about the timing. But the USA, like I was arguing with him, I said, for me, USA women compared to USA men, yeah, the USA men make more money because the men in general make more money in soccer or football, as they call it. But in the United States, the women are the ones who are drawing the crowds. The women are the ones who are drawing the TV ratings, not the guys. People want to watch the women. So to me, in America, yeah, they should be paid, if not the same, close to it. Now, do they make as much money? No, because the women doesn't make as much money as the men. But in the WNBA, do you deserve 50% of the revenue? Hell no. You didn't cost me $400 million. Now, I'm going to give you more than what the 9% you're currently getting. I'm going to give you 15% or maybe 20%. Hey, John, what's going on? He says, I sat my wife down and had her watch the WNBA games after she watched the entire OKC champion run. She made it one quarter, was like, this isn't exciting at all. That's true, John. Here's the difference. Women's basketball is way more fundamental than men's, but it's way more physical than men's. It's kind of like European basketball versus American basketball. As Wimby said, European basketball is played on the floor. NBA is played in the air. The WNBA is played on the floor. It's not played in the air. They aren't as athletic as the men. Are they getting more athletic? 100%. I love Paige Beckers. I love Linescu. I love Banks. I love Asia. I mean, I like watching WNBA basketball. Now, do I like watch all the games? No. And is it exciting as men's? No, it's just not because it's played on the ground versus the air. But going back to the original thing, my deal is this. You guys don't deserve to be paid 50%. Now, do you get to pay 20%? Maybe 25. I give you maybe 30 tops. But 20%, yeah, I'm going to give you more. But I also am smart enough to understand that if you can't, you have you have a little bit of power, granted. But if Caitlin Clark gets hurt and she's done, you guys are done. The only reason you are fine private is because of her. Because of the security issues because they had to have security guards around her. People in the airport were all wanted too much of trying to be around her. So it was safer for her to fly private. Safer for y'all to fly private. But instead of you all recognizing that, you are jealous because you all know that she's the reason. And instead of going, okay, I'm better than her or whatever, and why is she getting it? She is, and you are benefiting because of her. And you're hating on her because you know that the reason why you're getting what you're getting is because of her. The reason why your TV ratings up are because of her. The reason why you're doing, what did her shoes sell out in 1 minute or something crazy? 15,000 pairs of shoes? Aja Wilson has it with Nike, couldn't even get near that. Why? It's because of her. She's here, the rest of y'all are here. Whether you're better than her or not is irrelevant. What is relevant is you're benefiting from her, and instead of embracing her and keeping your mouth quiet and saying what you want to say in private, not in public, it makes a difference. And you guys make yourselves look stupider by saying what you're saying, whether you're white or whether you're black, saying what you're saying. Keep your damn mouth closed. And because you're opening your mouth, it's making it worse because those of us are sitting out there going, yeah, you're a great player, 100%. I like you a lot, but you ain't getting a private flight. You never got how long you been in the league? When did you get privates? When did you start selling out arenas? When did you have to play in bigger places? When did your TV revenue start going up? When did your ratings start going up? And by the way, who the hell is on TV almost every week, almost every game? Not you, her. You're on TV if you're playing against her. They're smart enough to understand what happens, like being on the Olympic team last year. The hell you doing, WNBA? Y'all don't think you've never had this in front of you. It's kind of like the NBA didn't know what to do at first with Magic and Bird. They're like, okay, we need to do this. Figured it out quickly. Michael Jordan came. How do we do this? Took him a couple years. Figured it out. We have a cash cow. Let's market this as much as we can. Let's make the league as popular as we can. Let's take advantage of this. Now, the question is, back in the 80s, if they had access the way they have access now, would it be the same? Hate that you're seeing now, then. Maybe. But guys aren't petty like women are. But they had to change the refereeing because Jordan was getting beat up. Hey, we can't let him get beat up. We got to change the rules. We got this, we got that. So we can take this cash cow and milk it. Same thing with the WNBA. There's teams that used to be in the NBA, WNBA that aren't there anymore. Now you're adding new cities because of the ones that are not trying to go back to Houston to add the Comets. The Houston Comets were great. Charles Swope's in I want to say they won 2 or 3, 4 in WNBA championships. They're no longer in existence. Now your league is growing. Now you're getting more exciting. And it's not because of some of you all that are running your mouth the loudest. Because you're hating. It's because of that young lady right there from Iowa. And let's face it, none of y'all shoot like she does, not from range. Linescu has great range, but she ain't shooting from where this girl's shooting from. She ain't shooting from the logo like that consistently. Now, can she? Linescu can shoot. Paige Beckers can go. But they aren't this girl. And I just don't understand, and I don't know why the league is not getting these girls and going, shut the hell up so you all can make money. Now, granted, it started with soccer, and now They did now. They ran their mouths, and people are getting pissed off at them. Just go and make your money and be quiet. Silence is a good thing sometimes. Running your mouth is not always a good thing. And the whole thing is, you guys have lost $400 million. Oh, we don't care about that. No, because you didn't spend it. But once again, it was an investment in what this league could be and what it's transforming into. So take what's going on, magnify it, shut your mouth, and make more money. Because I can promise you, you guys hurt this girl, and she's done, your ratings are going to tank. All the stuff you're enjoying, that's going to go away. They're not going to keep throwing millions of dollars at you all and losing. People that are billionaires don't do that. They don't lose. The reason why they're billionaires is because they make money. They will cut their losses just like they did cutting teams before in the WNBA. They'll do it again if they need to. Learn how to make money. Whether you like her or not is irrelevant. There's people that I played with I don't like, still don't. But hey, keep your mouth shut, keep going. Let's win, because why? We win, we all benefit. Me being the star, I'm going to benefit more than they're going to benefit, but we're all going to benefit. Caitlin Clark already made her money. She's already gotten her $10 million, $15 million. She's already made more money than all y'all. And she's going to continue to make money. Because they all understand what? If you think Nike's now getting ready to come out with a Caitlin Clark shoe, she did the collaboration with Kobe. 15,000 pairs sold in a minute or something crazy. None of y'all ain't even remotely even close to that, but you're hating on her. Well, Team Clark, nobody showed up to her deal. Well, so that, and kind of laughed about it. You ain't funny. You're getting attention the wrong way. And the only people who are going to be like, oh, great, are the other people who are idiots like you, who are going to come out there on the social media and go, oh, yeah, none of those people can afford to pay you, young lady. None of them can afford to pay you. The people that are on your laughing and joking about that, those people aren't the ones going to be able to pay you. The ones who can pay you, they ain't joking, they ain't laughing. Understand who you are and what you're doing and who you're around. You got to get it. Because you don't get it, you're going to lose it. Poking in the eye. You guys got to understand, whether you like Caitlin Clark or not, you flying private because of her. Your TV ratings are up because of her. Merchandise sales are up for her. You're getting all these benefits because of her. You aren't playing in TD Garden with nobody else. You're playing in TD Garden because Caitlin Clark's in town. You're playing in AAC because Caitlin's in town. You're playing in Indiana's arena because Caitlin Clark's in town. Well, it depends on who they're playing in Indiana. But that's what you're doing. Whether you like her or not is irrelevant. Keep your mouth shut and continue to get paid. You think you can say whatever you want, do whatever you want, continue to get paid. Don't work like that. You have to understand where you are, who you're doing, who you're sacrificing, who you're playing with. It's like John said with his wife. This is not exciting at all. Try to get his wife to watch it. They're watching it because of Caitlin. And I can promise you the TV ratings for the All-Star game, because she was hurt, weren't the same as they were if she was playing. And I'm sorry that she is too Midwestern for you. She ain't cool. She ain't hip. That ain't her. Let the lady be who she is. You be who you are. But embrace what the woman is allowing you to have and do. And I know you're mad, and I know like some of the old school ladies are pissed, but none of y'all drove them. Nobody cared. Now you've got some psych. Now you got a little power, and it ain't because of you, Angel Reese. It's because of her. What's up, Angel? How you doing? I say Angel and you pop up. But that's the thing, guys. Ladies, you're getting benefits because of Caitlin Clark only. Angel Reese has a little bit to do with it, agreed. Very small part. But I can promise you, if it's just Angel out there versus Caitlin, you ain't getting the benefits you're getting. You're just not. And is it Bird versus Magic? Not really, because Angel Reese ain't the same as Caitlyn. Larry Bird and Magic were right there equals. One has more MVPs, the other has more rings. That's how it works. And this WNBA stuff, you guys, and I've been saying this for a while, you need to keep your mouth closed. You're in a very important, you're negotiating, pay what you owe us. Yes, pay what you owe. You're owed because everything is going up. And remember, investing in the business is about what the future is, not where it's at now, but what it can be. And I promise you, if this was 2 years ago, before Caitlyn got there, you ain't getting a whole more than like the 9% you're getting now. You may not get any. The shirts they were wearing were crazy because they're losing money, if I'm not mistaken. Now, Angel, they're just starting to make money. They're still losing money, but everything, the TV ratings are going up. Everything is going up. They're still losing money, but everything is going up. It's on this way up. Like I was saying earlier, they're still losing money, but they're making more money because now the new TV contracts coming in, and who's on TV all the time? Almost every show you get is the Indiana Fever, because that's what they want to see. The TV people aren't stupid. They know that people are advertising. They don't want to see Dallas versus Minnesota. They don't want to see the Lynx and the Wings. They want to see the Fever in the Wings. They want to see the Fever against the Lynx. They want to see the Fever against the Liberty. Now, if you're in New York, yeah, the girls, that's their team, and they're going to watch the Liberty. Angel says, I'm not a WNBA hater, and I'm not either. I love the WNBA. I've been watching it a long time. I've been watching it when Cheryl Swoops was there. She was balling. I've been watching it for a long time. I like it. It's just more. It's not as. It's more fundamentally sound than the NBA. Now they're getting way more rougher than they used to be because they're playing on the ground. They're not athletic where they can get out of the way. So it's just big bodies moving. It's where the NBA used to be. Not as athletic. Now the NBA has played more in the air. Angel says just not into it, and I don't have a team. I've always been into it because I've always liked the players, Angel. I like players. Football, I like players. I don't have a team in football in the NFL. But in baseball, I have a team. Basketball, I have a team. Hockey, I have a team. But I don't have an NFL team. I just don't. I like players. And with the WNBA, I like players. I like players. That's what I like. I don't like teams so much. I don't really care about teams. If I'm gonna have a team, it's probably gonna be the Wings because Paige Beckers is there, and I'm a huge Paige Beckers fan. And so if I'm gonna be any fan, I'm gonna be hers. If I'm gonna have a team, I'll be the Wings fan because Dallas is close. If I'm gonna have a team, but I don't have a team either. But I do enjoy watching it, and I do prefer Caitlyn to watch her because of what she brings as far as the passes she makes, as far as the things she does. And you got to love her girl, Kelsey Mitchell, took up for her. When they tried to make a joke about it and all this stuff, she had to step in and say, hey, it's my girl, chill out. You ain't playing with her, and I understand y'all's, your little thing with that. And Kelsey Mitchell, by the way, is black and has been in Indiana forever. And she'll just tell you, hey, look, I know what's happened before she got here, and I know how we're treated after she got here. So y'all, whatever you're saying, you need to chill. She's appreciative of what they were compared to where they are. And she knows damn well it's because of one person. So she's defending that, going, hey, y'all, whatever. I know where we were flying. I knew what we were wearing. I knew what our locker rooms looked like. I knew everything what was happening before her, and I know what's happening after her. I know what my amenities were before her. I know what the amenities I enjoy now after her. So stop all the nonsense. Whatever. I'm not cool with that. And these four people had to, kind of laugh it off because they thought because she was black and they all were black, they were going to jump in there with her. And she's like, yeah, no, I ain't going for that. First of all, that's my teammate, got her back, number one. And number two, and most importantly, I know what it was like with the Indiana Fever before she got here. And the rest of you WNBA players, remember what it was like before she got here. You just don't want to give her the credit that she is making life easier for you. Where are you staying now compared to where you were? What is security like compared to what it was before? What is your travel like compared to what it was before? What are your salaries going to be like compared to where they were before? She's the difference. Chill out. Plain and simple. Whew, man, that was a 20-minute rant. I can't believe I went on that long. Now, we're going to do the question of the day, and then we're going to come back and take a break. And then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the question of the day. And I've already got beaten up about it earlier, about this question of the day. So I'm going to say this, and then we're going to go to break. Question of the day. Who wins, Scottie Scheffler versus 2000 Tiger? That's the question of the day. And, John, I know you play golf, and Angel, I don't know if you do, but asking women to chill out, I know. The hating the WNBA is crazy. Yes, it is, Angel. It's just unbelievable. They don't get it. But I do like what Kelsey Mitchell did, shutting them up on that podcast, going, stop it. One thing our sponsors, SRB, if you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, hit these guys up over at SRB. They love to take care of you, especially if you have a water treatment plant in your city or county. These guys will make sure you have clean drinking water. Oak Grove Trucking, if you have need for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, these are the dudes to holler at. They will take care of you, I can promise you. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, a member of the FDIC. Man, I tell you, when it's hot, I drink tons of water. I don't know what it is with that. We want to appreciate them for supporting us. Also, you can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you go into one of their 5 locations, the main bank, 401M. Sorry, guys, I've been thirsty as hell today. 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YNB East, which is off the Parkway and 66 or 39th Expressway. YNB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YNB Parkway, located on Garth Brooks, just south of I-40, right in front of the hospital. Cannot miss it. YNB Peoples, located in Bethany on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. And then, of course, the House of Creed. Man, good smelling stuff. Handcrafted since 1760. If you've not been by there, go by. We had our show there last Thursday. Man, great success. Love the people swinging by saying hi to us. Great show. Great stuff. This stuff smells so good. It's now my favorite cologne. Man, I tell you what, it's really good. Now, Tom Ford, still, man, it's right there with my favorite, but I'm going to tell you the House of Creed, it's really, really good. Penn Square Mall, located in Oklahoma City, Woodland Hills Mall in Tulsa. We need to go to Woodland Hills Mall at some point and do our show there. That's what we need to do. Town East Mall in Wichita, Overland Park Mall in Kansas, Overland Park, Kansas, not Missouri. Are you happy? Pony Thompson. Park Plaza Mall in Little Rock, South Plains Mall in Lubbock, and of course Westgate Mall in Amarillo, Texas. Please go by and check it out. John says, asking women to chill out. I know. Get you some LM, MVT, PQ, whatever, to mix up with that. I'm not going to do that, bro. I'm not going there, John. I know better than that. But here's our question. To get back to our question today, John, I'm interested to know what you and Angel think. Angel, I don't know if you, like I said, I don't know if you play golf, but I know John and I both do. Scottie Scheffler versus 2000 Tiger. Now, they did make some comparisons between the two, okay? They're both 29. And I had saw this stat that was just crazy to me. At 29, Tiger had 10 majors. Scottie has 4. He has not completed the Grand Slam yet. Tiger had 46 wins. Scheffler has 17. Weeks at number 1, Tiger was 334. Scheffler is 149. More than half ahead of him, okay? So when I look at Scottie and I look at what he's done, and I'm like, yeah, it's been tremendous what he's done, but I don't think you compare anybody to the 2000 Tiger. Now, 2000s Tiger, all the 2000s, you pick a year. I do believe there's a year or two in there that I do believe Scotty could have beaten Tiger. Okay? I do believe that. I do believe, what was it, when he changed his swing in 98, 99, when the Tiger had one win in 99 or one win in 98 or something. Maybe that year when he was changing his swing, maybe 2007, 6, somewhere when he was struggling to change his swing again, which is crazy. So during those times, I think Scotty might have had a chance, but, you know, if the whole thing is, to me, like Tiger put it really well said. And I watched this documentary the other day about Ben Hogan. And I said this: if you've got Ben Hogan, Tiger Woods, and Jack Nicklaus with an iron in their hand in the middle of the fairway, or left side or right side, whatever side they need to have the best angle at the pin, or Scotty Scheffler, now I'm going to add that in, who do you take? Who do you take? And I just think with an iron in their hand, I'm probably taking Tiger. Now remember, Ben is the only person who have multiple years with multiple double-digit wins. He did it twice. Well, I think we had 18, maybe 13 and 11 or 13 and 10 wins in multiple seasons. I think Tiger had one, and the rest he had tons of 9, 7, 6, 5, whatever, tons of wins. Now, granted, more competition, so that matters. But when you talk about trying to say player versus player and all that, and I think individual sports you have more of a chance with that than you do team sports. I like what Michael said about being the greatest of all time. He said, how can I be the greatest? How can I consider myself the greatest of all time when I didn't play against Wilt? I didn't play against Bill Russell. I didn't play against, he played against Kareem when Kareem was old. But he didn't play against prime Kareem. He did not play against prime John Havlicek, prime Jerry West, prime Elgin Baylor, prime Connie Hawkins. He didn't play against any of these guys in their prime. So, as he put it, how can I say I'm better than somebody that I did not play against in their prime? To me, he says that's kind of hard to say that. So I agree with him when he says that. Oh, hey, appreciate that. Oak Grove in the house with Peyton supervisor. What's up, P? How you doing, young man? That's my guy Jose Fierro just texted me, let me know his son was listening to the show. P is one of my dudes, even though I still think I could spank him. Well, I don't know, Peyton, what game was that we were playing when you beat me when you were like 10? We had this video game. I went to the house one time, and Peyton, I was running my mouth, and he destroyed me. He destroyed me. Talking trash to me the whole time by kicking my butt. But anyway, back to the argument. In team sports, it's a little different. In individual sports like golf, it's like, when you look at the equipment is better now with Scout Scheffler. Not that much better than with Tiger. The equipment was better with Tiger than it was with Jack and Ben Hogan. And with tennis, the tennis were better when the guys were playing with rackets, with wooden rackets. If you ever seen how small a wooden racket is, the head of it, and how you have to hit it in the middle and how precise you have to be with your strokes versus the tennis rackets today. But when you look at golf and you look at the same thing, if you have an iron in your hand, who do you want that you think is going to win? If I've got one hole to play, and I know that I have to birdie this hole to win, or birdie this hole to tie, who do you want, Scotty or Tiger? Now, I'm going to take Jack before I'm going to take Scotty. I'm old enough to remember Jack Nicklaus barely, but I'm old enough to kind of remember him. When it was on the line, to me, that's what separates, when I do my questions of the day, like when I did it the other day, talking about the most clutch players in the NBA. If you got to win a shot, who do you want? Golf. If I know that I've got to either, like that, for example, what do you think the odds are? Was it 2008? I think it was 2008 U.S. Open when Tiger had to make that 12-footer or whatever to send it into overtime or to go to send it to the playoffs. Do you think that Scottie Scheffler makes that putt? That's the question. Do you think Scottie Scheffler makes that putt? I think Tiger makes that putt 8 out of 10 times. I think Jack makes that putt 7 out of 10 times. Scottie, I think he can make the putt, but how many times? 50%, 40%? Do I think it's 60, 70, 80%? No, I don't think that. His putting has gotten better, but I don't think Scottie does that. So, to answer that question of the day, 2000 Tiger Woods against anybody, yeah, he's going to kill everybody. He was just, he was ridiculous. He was ridiculous. He really was. Scoring average, tee to green, putts made, just over and over and over and over and over. I don't think it's a question. Who do you take? Tiger, the wilt of golf. Well, as far as scoring records and all that stuff, yes. To me, there are two most dominant people in sports in their era were Wilt Chamberlain, Shaquille, but the problem is the reason why I don't put Shaq into my top 3 or 4 greatest centers of all time because Shaq didn't do it long enough. But for those 4 or 5 years, Shaq was absolutely just ridiculously dominant. What Wilt was. But did Shaq win? No. Shaq has 4 rings. He had 3 with Kobe. He had 1 with Dwayne Wade. And I think they would have probably won way more than that if he'd have been committed for those 5 to 6 years. After they won those 3, they could have won 5 or 6 in a row. I believe that if Shaq would have been committed, but he wasn't. He wanted to be a rapper. He wanted to be whatever. He wanted to do all this other stuff, and he wasn't committed. And I can promise you, Shaq regrets that today. 100% he does. He missed an opportunity to be arguably the greatest center of all time, as dominant as Wilt. John says, like what you said, it's one of those things where you can't break it down, where you can break it down by era. Yeah, what Michael Jordan said made sense to me about eras. You know, if I didn't play against you, how can I say I'm better than you if you didn't play against them? How's that? I know that when I went to Oklahoma State, the first thing I did, since I'm a guard, what I said was, who is the best guard ever to play here? And I looked up his stats. It was Ronnie Daniel. And when he left Oklahoma State, he was second all-time leading scorer, first all-time in assists for career and season, first all-time in steals for career and season. That's what I saw as guard. I was like, I want to be better than that guy. I want to break his records. When I left, I was second all-time leading scorer, first all-time in steals and assists for career and season. I broke all of his records. Because when I got there, I said, I want to be better than that dude right there. But can I say I'm better than Ronnie? No, because I didn't play against Ronnie. But I'm sure he was great, but I didn't play against him. Can I say I'm better than him? No. Did I have better stats than him? 100%. But you can't say that you're better than somebody that you didn't play against. You can't. You can only judge yourself against the players that you played against or with. Like, to me, the greatest player I've ever played with was James Worthy. Greatest player I ever played with. He's in the Hall of Fame. Greatest player I ever played with. I never got a chance to play against him except in practice. That doesn't count because we played on the same junior world team. We won the gold medal for the USA. And then we played together on the South versus North in the festival, the USA Olympic, or USSA, whatever it was called, the Olympic Sports Festival. I think we had it here in Oklahoma City, by the way, one time. So he's the best player I ever played with. So I can't go what I'm like against this guy, what I was against this guy. So I don't go by all that better than. But like I said, in golf, can you go against one or the other? If you take Jack's equipment then, and Jack against Tiger's equipment, Jack against Scotty's equipment, Ben Hogan's equipment, if you take these greatest guys, Arnold Palmer, you put them together with that old equipment that they were using, because remember, they were using a lot of irons back then. And when you look at Tiger, he would use 2 irons instead of a driver or 3 irons. You know, what he had that one famous shot where he had a 274-yard 2 iron. That's crazy. That's crazy. 2 iron, 274 yards. Let me see. James Worthy is why Magic has 5 rings. Remember, Magic won his first ring without James. He won it with his first year in the league. James wasn't in the league. James didn't get in the league until 1983. So Angel Worthy won 4 rings with James. He won one the year his rookie year. Remember, Magic won the high school state championship. 2 years later, he wins the NCAA championship, and then the next year he wins the NBA championship. So he won his high school state championship, NCAA, and NBA in 3 years. And he went from the NCAA and NBA in back-to-back years. That's what he did. Okay? So that was 11. Let me see. Angel, I played at Oklahoma State. I was not an OU guy. I played at Oklahoma State. So anyway, that's how I look at it. I break it down like that. Okay? So my question of the day was that simple thing: who do you like? And I just think, you know, as I got beat up earlier, you know, when I had put this on my page, I was like, bro, friends of mine, right? I said, you can't play anybody against 2000 Tiger. You just can't, because that was the greatest single year in golf ever. I mean, and then people talk about, well, you know, his Grand Slam is not a Grand Slam. All I know is he had the Masters, U.S. Open, British Open, PGA Championship, Players Championship, and the Canadian Open. That's all I know. He had all of them sitting on his mantle at the same time. So that's the Canadian Open, which is their greatest deal. And by the way, remember, only one other person has ever won the Canadian Open, the U.S. Open, and the British Open. So he had all 3 of those, plus the Masters, plus the PGA, plus the Players, which they consider a major. He had all of those on his mantle at one time. He is the only one to have all of those on his mantle at one time. So I don't think you can put the 2000-2001 season. I don't think you can. I just don't think Scotty would have a prayer. I think Scotty would be good, but as he would fold just like everybody else did. It's like in the 2019 Masters or 2018 Masters, whenever it was, when they were talking about Tiger and all the stuff that was going on with that. It was like, okay, all you all have said for years, Koepka, Thomas, everybody go, man, I wish I had a chance at Tiger with the pressure on. I would have seen what happened. Now, Brooks did beat him at the PGA, but Tiger was in front of him, not with him. And I believe if he'd been playing with Brooks, he would have beat Brooks, would have folded. But you all had a shot at him in a major, in the Masters, all within one stroke, with him being last, you all being in front. Koepka, you weren't in the back. You were in the front of him, and you're trying to chase him. And you did what everybody else did before you. You heard the crowd, you heard him coming, you knew he was coming, and you did what? You played with outside yourself, and you missed putts at critical situations, which is what Mickelson did, which is what they all did. All of them. All of them. The Big Easy. All of them. They all did the same things that you guys did in the Masters. You forced yourself. You knew he was coming. You put pressure on yourself, and you missed shots. That's the Tiger effect. Bro, Scotty, I like Scotty a lot. I mean, you know, he's funny about how he's just so quiet in his demeanor and the way he is. But do I think he could have beat Tiger in some of those years? I think he could have beat him in a couple of those years. But year 2000, yeah, no. I'm going to take him against anybody in 2000. Now, if Jack had the equipment that Tiger had in 2000, if Jack was playing with that, and Arnie was playing with that, and Ben Hogan was playing that, and Steve was playing that, I'm still going to take Tiger. Because Jack and Tiger made putts where nobody else did. That's what separated those two from everybody else, is they're putting under pressure. Scotty is now starting to make putts, but I don't take Scotty over Tiger as far as pressure putts. Like I said in the 2008 U.S. Open, is he going to make that putt? And if he is, how many times is he going to make that putt out of 10? 4 to 5, maybe. That's the difference between the two. So, anyway, boy, I tell you what, that was a good show today, man. I got on a roll today about the WNBA and my unhappiness with them, because I just don't think that, I just don't get them. I don't know why they just can't appreciate what this woman is bringing to them. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. In WNBA news, the Hornets held off the Kings 83-78 to win the Summer League, to win the Summer League. And I'm going to say this, guys. I was hoping that the Thunder won the Summer League so that we could win the beginning of the league, when the league starts now officially. We could win the NBA Cup in midseason and then win the chip. I think that would have been great. And then, of course, in other news, Damian Lillard signed with the Blazers, which I was happy that he went back. He went back there for his kids. I mean, Damian, he is a Blazer. Now, whether he'll stay there forever, I don't know. But he went back for his kids, number one, which tells you what kind of man he is. And number two, Portland's his home. And he left there for one reason, and that was to win a chip. It didn't work out, and he wasn't happy, especially being away from his kids. And I get it. And then, of course, Chris Paul signs with the Clippers. And here's their latest grouping. Chris Paul, Bradley Beal, Brook Lopez, and John Collins. They were the oldest team in the league. And then you'll get older. I think they can be formidable, especially with Chris Paul going back to the Clippers. I like kind of that. Brook Lopez is going to be a nice thing. John got back from Vegas last weekend. Lots of Thunder fans on the Strip. Yes, there was. Did you enjoy the games, John? Did you get to go to watch the Thunder play? We got smashed by the Hornets by 20 or whatever, but that was without A.J. Mitchell and Topic. So we were pretty much down to the group, and I don't think we really cared about that, like I said. But I bet there was lots of Thunder fans on the Strip. There's more and more Thunder fans, and hopefully the NBA will understand that by giving us more time on TV and start promoting SGA. I mean, how do you not like the dude? He's smooth. He looks great. He's knowledgeable. He's classy. He's sharp. He's a family man. And so let me see. John says, didn't get to Old Wife a Lady Gaga concert. Well, I tell you this, John, I don't want to watch Lady Gaga over the Thunder Summer League too. Especially if A.J. Mitchell and Topic wasn't playing, I would have done that. Now, if they were playing, I'd probably still take the wife to Lady Gaga, but I'd try to figure out how to do both. That's what I would have tried to figure out how to do to get that. But she probably would have went to watch the Thunder play, even though it was a Summer League game. But glad the Thunder travel well, which is a good sign for our fans and what we're going to be doing. Like, I get to watch the Thunder when they go to Dallas. I get to watch those games because I get to go to one of my favorite places to Dallas to go eat and hang out and have a weekend down there. Dodge the bullet. Oh, my God, you guys are great. I appreciate you guys every week coming on the show and every day giving us support here on the Unpopular Hour. I appreciate that. But anyway, back to the NBA and what these teams are doing. Like I said, I talked about it the other day. Valanciunas, is he going to play with Denver? Denver says he is. Whatever. Denver doesn't. They don't really. Whatever. Denver doesn't do anything for me. They don't make me afraid. They don't. It's just Denver to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Whatever. That's kind of how I look at Denver. It is what it is when it comes to them. So I'm just at the point now with Denver where Valanciunas would be a nice backup threat for them, but he doesn't want to play, but they're owed $20 million, and of course, they made the deal for him. But once again, before you trade for somebody, go, find out what's up. Talk to his agent. Is this something you want? Why am I trading for you if you want to go back to Europe? Well, what am I trading for you for? Now, granted, he's a nice missing piece when they don't have Jokic on the floor. On the floor, which is what killed him last year. But like I said, we've owned Denver. I don't. Denver doesn't scare me, and like I said, if Dagnall doesn't give them game one, then there's no issue to me at all. I don't think there's an issue when it comes to that if we don't give them game one. Period. I think we win that. Now, I'm going to say this. I know this is what we've been waiting for. I did do this. I finally did my Thunder grades. What I did not do, I did not add, let me see, what did I do? I did not add, and I'm doing that right now while I'm talking to you guys. Did AJ Mitchell. I gave him a Salabi, and then Topic. Okay, I'm doing this right now, guys. I've updated this a little bit so that while I'm sitting there talking to you, I'm gonna put up my Thunder grades real quick because I did not have Topic and AJ Mitchell, and I needed to add both of them in there because of this summer and what happened. This is going to kind of mess up on my sheet here, but I can fix it when I get on the screen here. Here are my Thunder grades for this year and summer. What I did, guys, Cliff's team, yeah, the Clippers are making a senior team. I agree with you. I'm like, they're the oldest team in the league last year, and they had made it more old. I don't get that. But here's my Thunder grades for 2024-25. SGA, I'm giving him an A++ clearly because of one of the years that he had. Clippers is a bunch of old friends just getting back together. I agree. I just don't know how you stay this old. It just makes no sense to me. I really don't. I don't understand what they're doing. I really don't. Guys, I really don't know what the Clippers are doing. I just don't see it. I really don't. I don't get it all what they're doing. I don't. But anyway, I gave J-Dub an A. I gave Chet an A because my deal was this. Excuse me. What Chet was playing like before the season started or before he got hurt. And I don't think we win the chip without his 7 blocks and what he did in Game 7. I think, he was a big reason why we won the chip, and I'm going to give him credit for that because I don't think we win without Chet doing what Chet did. I really don't. So I'm going to give Chet some love for that. Dort, definitely an A, making first team All-NBA finally. iHeart, A. I don't think we don't win 68 games without iHeart. We don't go 84-21 without him. I just don't think so. Without him and Caruso, we don't. Casey, I'm going to give him a B+. His fading in the playoffs really lowered it. I thought I had him a higher grade, but what he did in the playoffs he didn't give me what I needed to do. Queso didn't give me what I needed in the playoffs. But I thought other against Indiana, his defense was magnificent. But T.J. Mitchell oh my God, T.J. McConnell just murdered him in the playoffs. So that's why he has a B+. Caruso, A+. Just his presence defensively and what he gave us is on another level to me. J. Will, B-. Wiggins, B+. I thought Wiggins didn't give me what I wanted to see from him once he turned into an offensive player. He didn't give me what he had been giving me over the last 5 years, and defensively I did not like that. But, he had spurts where he was doing something, so I'm going to give him a B+ on that. J. Will, I gave him a B- because I just don't. Against Denver, he was what we needed after that. He was just not playable. So. And it's about matchups. 100% has nothing to do with his ability. It's about matchups and with him not being able to play against more and more teams. To me, that made me give him a B- simply because of that. Wiggins, like I said, him turning more into an offensive player made him more tradable, made him more valuable on the trade market. But for what he was given and what I needed to see from him, he just didn't give it to me. Isaiah Joe, He was just a C. He has not been the same player since the beginning of last year or since the middle of last year. What is that, 23, 24? Since the middle of the season, he has not been the guy that we have needed him to be. Okay? So I'm a little frustrated with that. Okay? Come out and say it. I'm a little frustrated with that. He was a C. K. Rich, solid B. What he did against what we needed him to do against Minnesota, what we needed to do when we went big against Denver, what we needed him to do. He even played against Indiana in spots. When we went that small lineup of SGA, Queso, Caruso, him, and Wiggins, I thought that lineup was really, really good, and I thought he played great as our center. So I'm going to give K. Rich a solid B for what he did for us. A.J. Mitchell, I thought A.J., what he was playing with before he got hurt, and then my frustration not getting to play after he got hurt, and I said that. K. Rich earned that B. Thank you, John. I think he did too as well. But A.J. Mitchell, when he got back from surgery, I said Thunder need him for the second and fourth quarters because we don't have a ball handler. But Dagnall did not see it that way and ended up costing us, which is why SGA had to screw up the minutes, not play him in the first quarter, play J.W. more minutes in the first quarter so SGA could start the second and fourth quarters. And I think that one thing right there, he tried it once. But I'm like, bro, why didn't you play him as soon as he got back from injury? So you could play him with that group so they can have some chemistry when the season was going to, when we needed them against certain teams, against Denver, against Minnesota, and especially against Denver and Indiana. But we did not have that. So I give A.J. Mitchell a B. I thought, especially after seeing him in the summer, God, he was good. I don't know if y'all got to watch him, but the summer play was just magnificent from him. He really, really, his stock really went up in my eyes from watching him play this summer, being a man among boys. I thought he was fantastic. Topic, I gave him a B minus because of the simple fact that he can't shoot. He went, 0 for 17 or 0 from 18 at one point in 3 games from 3. And I'm like, okay, that's just, I just watching him. I like the fact that he was shooting the ball, shooting the 3 because he has to, but he's just another Josh Giddey to me at this point. A skinnier, smaller Josh Giddey. The difference is he can play better defense than Josh could. So by that, being his ability to see the floor and ability to play like Josh, I give him a B minus on that. Coach Dagnall, I'm going to give him a B, up from a C minus from last year. He still has his issues. I just don't understand what the hell you're doing. I just don't get it. I don't understand what he's doing. I just don't. He costs us games simply because his inability to understand flow of the game, his inability to play the correct line. It is what it is. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. And I just don't get for him experimenting during the playoffs. If you don't already know who the hell you're supposed to have, when, where, by now, why are you experimenting now? I don't get that. I just don't get it now. You know, a lot of people want me to give him flowers and say stuff. I said I give him flowers when you need to. Playing Caruso in Game 7 against Jokic, great move. Putting K-Rich against Randall against Minnesota, love that. So I'm going to give him his flowers when he deserves it. But the problem is he's been smelly more than I am giving him flowers because of the things he's done. Now, you can stick your head in the sand all you want to, but I'm not saying anything that's not true. I'm not saying anything that's negative or that's mean or anything against him. I'm just saying here are his flaws. Here are the weaknesses. Let's improve these, Coach. Now, someone did tell me he wasn't going to do the same things he did in the season. That's a fact. He did change in some of the areas which he definitely needed to, or we would not have won. That I agree with, and I gave him flowers on that. Angel, if he did that analytical stuff anywhere else, he'd be fired. But since he has top 3 players, he can basically do whatever. That's facts. We win in spite of him, not because of. That's why I gave him a B when I gave him. That's why I gave it to him. I think he's up from what he was last year, but at the same time, we win in spite of him, not being because of. Because let's face it, Game 1 against Denver, you can't shake the fact he cost us. Game 1 against Indiana, can't shake the fact he cost us. Those are facts. He made moves in those games which allowed us to cause us to lose. Those are facts. Those aren't something I'm just coming up with. And so all you people say I'm hating, I'm sorry that you don't know the damn game. Go back and look. And all I'm saying is I'm going to give you flowers whether you are play. If anybody played for me, they'll tell you. When you screwed up, I held you accountable. When you did great, I gave you flowers. But I'm going to make you better. I'm going to hold you accountable just like my coach did for me. He held me accountable when I did bad, and he kept praising when I did good. I'm the exact same way. I'm going to give you flowers when you deserve them. That's facts. So I'm not hating on him. I'm not doing any of that. That's dumb. I don't have anything to hate on him about. All I want you to do is coach. Improve this, improve this. I don't know what you're looking at. I understand what you're kind of doing. It's like you're giving Jada more money than SJ. You're really not. But you are, but you're not. Because that's 5 years versus 4. So you're really not. But at the same time, his overall top dollar is more than SJ. How can you even do that? He hasn't done really anything compared to what the MVP has done. But yet you give him as much. I don't get that. But once again, whatever, that's what you do. But the thing is this. As a player, we know what the hell goes on. Okay? We're going to say whatever we want to in public, but we know what the hell goes on. We ain't dumb. And basketball is one of the few sports where you know, team sports, where you know if somebody's better than you. You know. And it's one of those. So, that being said, I've got to go train my kids. My kids are back from vacation, so I can go beat up some of these kids today. You guys have a great day. You stay out of trouble. Don't do anything I would not do. Okay? Be good.